big news out of Winnipeg, or big news out of Manitoba. Election's been called. I think this is important for Canadians as a whole because Manitoba was the first, I guess, swing back to conservatism. Right. It started the pendulum coming back the other way. And so I'm a conservative. I'd love to find out that Manitoba stays conservative. Why don't you give us a little bit of analysis on what some of the issues are in Manitoba in this next election?
Sure. Well, I'll start off with the campaign kickoff. It was a waiting game. Premier Pallister's going to the polls more than a year early. It's somewhat been controversial. His reasoning was that next year's Manitoba's 150th anniversary. He did not want an election to seem like it was a government in power was catapulting itself by using the pedestal of anniversary celebrations. I don't remember what the phrase is for 150, but it's something I'm sure I can't pronounce. And so he went early. And he announced well in advance. He officially went to the lieutenant governor, and the writ was dropped yesterday afternoon. I just came, as we take this, I came back from the Liberal launch, which is the Liberal Party led by Dougald Lamont. I've written a couple of articles about him lately in my secular life, where I'm still covering politics, in fact, both elections here in Manitoba. And their major announcement today for their campaign was like all green all the time. They want to put grass, natural grass on the Red River floodway so that you can then seed the grass. They want every Manitoban to plant 5 trees. I just came from this. It's not like I'm not remembering properly. It was a very unusual, because what they're doing is they're trying to outgreen the Green Party without having talked analytically with anybody there. With Lamont or any of the candidates that I know, some of these people I've known for a number of years, campaign workers, etc. But it seems to me that they've decided the room for growth is not trying to bash the NDP necessarily or take on the NDP. There's only a certain number of conservative voters they think that can move. And so they've decided they're going after the Green Party. The Green Party, although it would be very uphill for the Green Party to elect members here, their leader, James Bedome, is running against NDP leader Wab Kinew in Fort Rouge. It's the 4th different riding Bedome has tried to get elected, and they, of course, are running an entirely green campaign, but they haven't put out an actual platform, costed things out. Dougald Lamont, the Liberals, thinking this is an opportunity, put out a platform today that included, of course, carbon tax, Manitoba being carbon neutral by 2030, the usual federal line, not any mention of the presser about business, small business, taxation, vague passing reference to education. But they think that the only room for them to grow votes and steal some seats beyond the 3 they have, and one incumbent up north has left, I don't know if they're going to hold that seat, is to go after the Green vote, which is now somewhere probably around 12%, maybe. I haven't seen a recent poll, but I guess about 10, 12%. Certainly in some ridings, Wolseley, they came very close last time against the NDP. The incumbents quit, so they might take a Green seat here in the legislature. The Liberals are aiming in that direction, aligning themselves with the federal government. I'm not sure that is the smartest move, but this is right now how they're steering the ship.
That's an excerpt from my weekly show, The Gun Show. It airs every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Each week I bring you an informal interview with an interesting newsmaker or citizen activist you might not have heard of, but who is making a big difference in Canadian politics. And we'll talk about issues in a way you'll never see done in the mainstream media. To subscribe, go to therebel.media/shows.